If your Excel sum is giving you a total that's off by hours or it resets to 0, you're not imagining it. Most of the time, the numbers are fine. The problem is that Excel is treating your dates and times as something else. Sometimes they're text, sometimes they're real-time values, but formatted in a way that hides the truth. And sometimes the total is correct, but the display format makes it look wrong. In this video, you'll get a simple checklist you can run every time a date or time sum looks suspicious. We'll cover the two big root causes, data type and formatting. Then we'll fix the common edge cases like times over 24 hours, negative durations, and mixed date-time entries. By the end, you'll know how to quickly test what Excel thinks a value is, convert text to real-time safely, and format totals so they show what you actually mean. No guesswork, no random retyping, just clean, reliable totals. Next step. First, it helps to understand what Excel is really adding. Excel stores dates and times as numbers. The date is the whole number part, and the time is the decimal part. So 1 full day is 1. Noon is 0.5. 6 hours is 0.25. That means sum works perfectly, as long as your cells contain real numeric values. If a time is stored as text, sum ignores it or treats it unpredictably. And even when the values are correct, the cell format can make the result look wrong. A classic example is totaling 18 hours plus 10 hours. The math equals 28 hours, but a normal time format shows 0400 because it wraps after 24. So when you see a weird total, don't start with formulas. Start by asking two questions. Are these values truly numbers? And is the result formatted to show the full duration you want? Next step. Let's do the fastest diagnostic check. Confirm whether your entries are numbers or text. You can do this without any special tools. Pick one of the cells you're summing and change its format to general. If it's a real time, you'll usually see a decimal like 0.375 instead of 0900. If it stays as something like 0900, that alone doesn't prove it's text, but it's a clue. Next, use a simple test formula, equals highest number of that cell. If it returns true, Excel sees a number. If it returns false, Excel sees text. Another quick test is to add 0 to the cell in a helper column. If the value converts cleanly, it was likely numeric or convertible text. If you get an error or it stays unchanged, you've got text that needs a proper conversion. These tiny checks save you from hours of random reformatting. Next step. Now let's fix the most common cause, time stored as text. This happens after imports from CSV, system exports, or copy-paste from websites. Excel may display text that looks like time, but some won't treat it as time. A reliable conversion approach is to use time value for times and date value for dates. If you have a time like 0930 as text, time value converts it to a real decimal time. For a date like 2026-0413, date value converts it to a real date serial. If you have a combined date and time in text, you can use value on the full string as long as Excel recognizes the pattern. When it doesn't, split it. Date value of the date part plus time value of the time part. After converting, copy the helper column and paste values back. Then your sum starts behaving like you expected. Next step. Sometimes the values are numeric, but the total looks wrong because of formatting. This is especially common with durations. Excel has two different ideas, a clock time, like 3:15 p.m., and a duration, like 27 hours. If you sum durations and want totals beyond 24 hours, you need a bracketed hours format. Use a custom format like HMMM or HMMSS. The brackets tell Excel not to wrap after 24. Without brackets, Excel shows the remainder after full days. So 28 hours displays as 400, even though the underlying value is correct. Also watch out for cells formatted as date when you're summing times. A total time like 0.75 could display as a date, which looks completely unrelated. Rule of thumb: first fix the data type, then fix the display format. Next step. Next issue. Mixed entries in the same column. This is sneaky because Excel will happily store a mix of real date times, pure dates, and text. Then your sum or SUMIFS gives totals that feel random. A common example is a time column where some rows contain 0800 and other rows contain 2026-0413, 0800. Those are not the same magnitude. The date time includes the date portion as whole days, so it adds a huge amount compared to a pure time. To fix this, decide what the column is supposed to represent. If it's a duration worked, strip the date portion and keep only the time fraction. You can do that by taking the value and subtracting int of the value. Int removes the whole day part. If it's a timestamp, keep the date and time together, and don't sum it as a duration. Instead, calculate differences between start and end times. Next step. Let's talk about the classic timesheet pattern: start time, end time, and a daily total. The mistake is trying to sum end times or sum start times. Those are points in time, not amounts of time. The correct approach is to calculate a duration per row, then sum the durations. Duration is end minus start. If a shift can cross midnight, you need a wrap 6. One clean method is end minus start, plus 1 day if the result is negative. In Excel terms, that's end minus start, plus if end start, 1, 0. Once each row produces a real duration number, sum becomes reliable. Then format the grand total as HMM so long weeks don't wrap. This small shift, sum durations, not timestamps, eliminates most Excel is wrong moments in time tracking sheets. Next step. Another reason sum looks wrong is rounding and hidden seconds. You might display times as HHMM, but the underlying values can include seconds or even tiny fractions from calculations. Over many rows, those tiny pieces add up, and your total can be off by a minute. If you need clean totals, decide where rounding should happen. For time tracking, it's often best to round each row's duration to the nearest minute, then sum. You can round a time value by rounding to 1 over 1440, because there are 1440 minutes in a day. If you only round the final total, you might still get odd results, because the hidden fractions accumulated. Also, be careful with times that were created from text or from external systems. They can carry inconsistent precision. A consistent rounding step makes your totals stable and easier to audit. Next step. Now for a frustrating edge case. Negative times. If you subtract end minus start and the result is negative, Excel may display a row of hash marks, or it may show a weird time depending on settings. That's not sum failing. It's Excel refusing to display negative time in the default date system. For timesheets, the best fix is to prevent negative durations by handling midnight crossings like we covered. For other models like schedules or offsets, you may genuinely need negative durations. In that case, one approach is to store durations as decimal hours instead of time format. Convert time to hours by multiplying by 24. Then negatives display normally, and sum works as expected. You can format the result as a number with decimals, like negative 1.5 hours. The trade-off is you lose the nice hours and minutes display, but you gain clarity and fewer display limitations. Next step. Let's cover SUMIF and SUMIFS, because dates and times add another layer of confusion: criteria. If your criteria is a date, but your data includes times, an exact match won't work. A cell containing 2026-04-13-800 is not equal to 2026-04-13. The reliable pattern is to use a date range, greater than or equal to the start date and less than the next day. That captures all times within that date. The same idea applies to time windows. If you want everything before 9 a.m., make sure the criteria is a real time value, not text. And if you build criteria using strings, be careful with regional formats. When SUMIFS returns 0, it's often not the sum, it's the filter. Fix the criteria logic and the totals usually snap into place. Next step. Here's a practical cleanup workflow you can reuse. Step 1. Verify data type with IS number on a few samples. Step 2. Standardize the column. Convert text using time value, date value, or a split and recombine method. Step 3. Decide what you're summing. If it's a duration, compute durations per row and sum those. If it's a timestamp, don't sum it. Use min, max, or differences. Step 4. Apply the right format to the totals. For durations beyond 24 hours, use HMM. For decimal hours, use a number format. Step 5. Sanity check with a quick spot calculation. Pick 2 rows and add them manually. If the manual check matches the underlying numeric values, you're done. This workflow turns a vague Excel is wrong problem into a predictable, fixable process. Next step. Before we wrap up, let's hit a few quick gotchas that cause wrong sum results with dates and times. One is leading apostrophes. If a value starts with an apostrophe, it's text, even if it looks perfect. Another is non-breaking spaces from web copy-paste. They look like normal spaces but prevent conversion. Cleaning those characters can be necessary before time value or value works. Also, watch for inconsistent separators like 9.30 versus 9.30. Excel may interpret one as a decimal number and the other as time. And finally, remember that formatting doesn't change the value. If you format text as time, it still stays text. You must convert it. If you keep these in mind, you'll fix most broken time sums in minutes, not hours. If you want more Excel deep dives like this, subscribe. And for a quick check-in, comment. Do you run into wrong totals more often from text imports or from 24-hour rollover? A or B? I'm always testing new ways to work smarter. Subscribe to see what workflow I'm breaking down next.